Okay, just getting set up here. I wasn't going to do a video on this until it started turning out so cute. So I am in Beautiful Birds and Treetop Treasures. There's your ISBN. It is a current book at the making of this video. And this is what I started working on. And that ladybug is going to be so cute. I had to just jump in here and do a video. So, yeah, this is, I make my videos a little bit ahead of time when I can. It is July the 19th. It's a Tuesday. You will see this. Not yet. No, you're seeing it now. Okay, that didn't make sense either, so don't worry about it. Okay, I am using Prismacolor 922 Poppy Red. Then my next shade is, I think it's 924. It's Crimson Red. And then my darkest shade is going to be Crimson Lake 925. So, but before I did that, I did go ahead and do something. Right up here and here, I did use Cool Gray 20%, and I just did all over real lightly, okay, and then in both of these. Then I came in with Cool Gray, the 30%, and I came just up in these little points here and here, just to kind of tuck that color up in there a little bit, because those areas are white on a ladybug. I know we don't usually think of white on a ladybug, but up in there it is. And now I've got the 50%, and I'm going to come one more time and just scooch just a little bit of gray one more time up in those points. Okay, just to kind of anchor them. Then we can come back with white and just blend it all out. Oh, did you see that? There's some pink on the end of my white pencil, and it's smeared. So grab a good eraser. This one was originally from Hobby Lobby. So it's been really good for me for on these pencils. And then I'm going to get a piece of scratch paper over here and just wipe this white off. I generally try to wipe the white off after I've used it, so that that doesn't happen, and obviously last time I forgot. But anyway, that will just help blend all those grays and help soften that area. Let's see, down here. And do this before you do the red. That way if you get into that red, you won't smear like I did up here. Okay? Wiping that off before I put it down. Now the reds, let's go back to these reds. Poppy Red 922. I'm going to be doing this area right through here. Okay, I'm going to do a coat all over. And you already know that I'm going to go a little firmer in the center and then work my way out. I'll go lighter and lighter as I work outward. It just makes it easier to blend that next color. Okay, lighter as you come out. Going around there. I don't have to be real neat because I know those circles are going to be black. So there's that, you know. Lighter as I'm coming out. I know that doesn't look light, but in comparison with how dark this is going to be or how heavy-handed I'm going to be in the middle, that is light. It just has to be light enough that I can blend the next color into it. And I am going to do that right here on camera. Yeah, for the most part, I do everything on the camera for you. It's not often that I'll pause and then come back and show you something, because who knows if I'll mess up and be able to show you an easy fix, or if I'll totally change my mind on something. You just never know. So I like to keep the camera rolling. Okay. If I can get it around here, it makes it easier to blend the next color into it. I'm not concerned about going all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top, because that's where I'm going to put the deeper shade. Okay, that's pretty solid in there. So now I'm going to go to the next color, that crimson red, and I believe it's 924, but it is the crimson, and I'm going to work from the outside in. And you can see how that really just blends right into it. Okay, just blend that in. Heavier, more pressure out here. So I want a good coverage. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the color around our ladybug yet. I'm just not sure. I may have to grab the color wheel and take a look and see what goes good with red and green. I'm not, right sure off the top of my head what that would be. Plus I'll be adding in some more color for some of the flowers around here. So I'm probably going to pick my background color last. Go ahead and get this in there. Color that really just enough to get the color on there so that when I come in with the next shade it blends easily. Yeah, the COVID thing, yeah, my husband, I tested him again this morning. He is still positive, so boo on that. I have not taken it from him, so yay on that. Never been more glad to be in a house with a guest room and 2 bathrooms. So I pretty well just wipe everything down in the evenings, spray, wipe, clean, take him dinner. He doesn't touch. I mean, I put it down, then he picks it up, then he puts it down, then I go get it, and then I wash up afterwards. Put everything in the dishwasher so that nothing's sitting out and getting contaminated. Yeah, it's just a process, y'all, but he is getting there. I think his mom and stepdad were feeling just a little bit better today. So his sister is still doing all the checks on them, which has just been awesome for us, that we don't have to go across town and do that. She works just a few minutes away, so she's been a trooper on that. Okay, I am going to say that that's good on that color, and I'm going to grab the next color pencil. So my next shade is the Crimson Lake 925. Yeah, it's currently, like I said, it's currently Tuesday. It's a little after 3 in the afternoon, and it is 104 95 outside. Yeah, it's been crazy, crazy, crazy. It's supposed to get up to 106 or 107 today. With heat index, it will be even more. So it's just going to be one of those weeks. We've been trying to sneak away for a short weekend or something, and I think we're going to get away the end of the month. He should be totally clear by then, and just go somewhere cooler. Yeah, we just somewhere sightseeing, probably Tulsa, something like that. We've got friends there that have offered us free lodging, so we will see. It's close enough that we can drive and just stay a few days and then come back, but at least it'll be getting away a little bit. So we will see. So you can see now I'm just laying in this last color, the darkest shade. And the reason I went lighter in the middle is just a light source. If you'll look at like a ball and look and see if there's a shiny spot on it, that's kind of what I've done here. Because this is rounded, and so then I put the shine in the middle. Now I am going to come back with my first shade, that first pencil, and I am going to blend everything. This is laying down even more of that poppy red. Yeah, when Michael's or anybody that's open stock pencils has Prismacolors on sale, I will look to see what some of my favorite pencils are that are being used up and grab an extra. So I had an extra poppy red, which I was very glad of, because my poppy red especially was getting worn down. And it's got some of that yellow in it, so it really adds that pop in the middle. But you can see how this is really just blending nicely. And a layer of poppy red at the end will just really perk that up. There we go. And I am not finished with the hummingbirds, no. I think there's like 2 left. If anybody wanted those 2 done, just leave me a message down in the comments and I will go back to those. I just wasn't sure. And then I saw this and I was doing for fun, so I was like, oh, why not? Okay, I am going to go over to some more grays again now. Instead of going straight black, I have gone back to my cool grays again, and I have 70%, 90%, and then black. So keeping this whole thing in mind of having a spot that's a little lighter, we're going to say that spot right there. So I'm just going to do this. And then over here, I am going to do this. I'm debating on if I should just connect that or wait a little bit. I think I'm going to wait. Okay, then the next one, what did I say it was? 90%. So then I'm going to come in with 90% and blend in. So this is going to look almost black. I just wanted a little bit of a shine right there in the middle back. It's just going to be a little bit more pleasing and interesting to the eye if I have it graduating from one shade to the next instead of being just solid black. Just solid black is not very interesting. So, and again, I'm just going in lighter and lighter and lighter. Okay, now I'm going to come with my black. Let's see what time it is. I have to stand up. How are we? We're doing good. Awesome. Okay, so then I'm going to come here and come right up next to this red. This is where you want to be careful. You don't want to go plowing into the red. So just go right up next to it. Same thing over here. It's good to have this sharp point because it will get right up next to that, and that's good. Okay, I haven't done anything here yet. No, I want to get this part nailed down really good. Because what we do here, we're going to kind of repeat up here. Now I could also do this on each of the little circles on our little ladybug's back, but I'm not going to. They are going to just be solid black, just because I want them to really pop. Okay, now I'm coming in, but I am getting lighter as I come in. And again, well, you're just going to see it's going to leave it not so flat looking. And that's what we're after. We want a little bit of depth. And how do you make black look blacker? You add some light to it. Okay? You can only go so dark, and then you've got to do a little bit of reverse thinking and make your lights really count. So that's what I'm trying to do here, is make the lighter color really count and be light for me. And see, I can go over all that. Usually I would blend with my lightest. That is correct. This time I laid the light down underneath, and I'm taking advantage of coming over it with the darker ever so lightly. I know, sounds kind of counterproductive, but you can see it's working. I'm getting that light look just right there in the middle across the bottom of our little ladybug. And look up ladybugs, you know, get you a reference photo. Those areas are white on a ladybug. At least they were on the one I saw. Okay, and I will probably come back and work on that some more, but I think you can see that there's a lighter area there than everywhere else. I'm going to do the same thing here and here. I started with the lightest, and now I'm going to come in with the second one. This is the 90%. So this is close to black. And then I've got to think how I want that face to go. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Uni Posca pen and do some dots across, and that'll help separate all this. So I do think I'm going to make that face area black. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put light layer across here, but still leaving that lighter. Come back in with my black, and let's start working on that. Going around each of these little areas. And the legs and antennae, I am actually going to wait and do those with a glitter black gel pen. I think that that'll just add a bit to that. I may do the eyes that way too. Now I'm wondering if these are supposed to be white. So I'm going to pull up my reference photo real quick and see. Yes, it is indeed white. And so are the eyes on my photo. So, and again, it will depend on what photo you pull as to what yours is going to be. It may take me more than 30 minutes to get this guy or gal colored. You know, ladybugs can be in some different colors. I'm serious. Just go ahead and look it up. Do an online search. Do an internet search and see what you can see. I am going to go ahead and enclose that in black also. Okay. Then I'm going to start moving in. Start moving across that. Lighter and lighter touch as I go. Just blending that around. And you can leave, I mean, I could leave it there if I want. I want to take it more to there. I want a little less of the gray showing. So I am just going to keep blending this. You might say, well, why'd you put so much to start with? Well, you know, it's laying down color anyway to get the tooth out of the paper. So I might as well just lay down the gray. So there's that. Okay, and these are actually white on the picture I saw. So this would go black. Yeah, they were white, so I may or may not add a little gray later if I feel like the picture needs toning down. I can always go back in and add a bit of gray. So sometimes it's best to wait until you get to those areas before you decide what to do. Yeah, just coloring it in. Sometimes it can be boring, like watching paint dry or watching the grass grow. Actually, I love to just put on a Hallmark movie while I color or listen to an audiobook. But anyway, and then these are all going to be just solid black. Now I'm going to tie into all these later, okay? But these will all be black. And this will be black because this is kind of like the dot in the middle that crosses over. At least it is on mine. You decide on yours. There's no right or wrong. Like I said, you could do these with different colors. Once you do your online search, it's going to open up a window of different things you can do with your own pictures. Plus, you don't have to do real life anyway. You could do purple leaves and a bright blue ladybug. Totally up to you. Now, what I do want to show you is what I plan to do on the rest of the picture. Let me do just one of these so that I can show you on this area too. With that, is it Posca? Why can I not ever say that right? It's alright, I always call IKEA IKEA, and it's not. If you ask the people that live in the country where it's actually from, I think it's IKEA. So, yeah, maybe it comes from Texas. I just butcher things. But anyway, this pen, Posca, I am going to take this and I'm going to have fun. I am going to run dots and cutesy this up. I'm not measuring. I'm just getting a flow going and then just doing it. If I had to stop to measure, it wouldn't get done. No, it just wouldn't happen. But look how cute it is on top of that black. It really pops. And that's what I was going for. And then through here, because this was a V, I paused for a minute. I have to reprime it. Repriming just means pushing it down on a piece of paper real quick. What I'm going to do here is come to that V and then go, yeah, it's going to have to ring, and then go down through this area. Okay, and that kind of splits that. And then I'm not going to do anything on these because they're gray, but I will come across here. Remember where that was split earlier? So I did go ahead and add that to it. And then I think I'm going to run down this on the black and around. That way when I do that in black gel pen, it will put a little division between those appendages and the rest of the body. And again, it's just tap, go, tap, go, tap, go. Okay? So that's basically all there is to this. I really debated on buying some more of these pens just because they're so addicting once you start using them. It's just like, oh, where do I stop? Because now I'm like, oh, well, this would be cute too. And then I'll do all the other side also. But now I'm going to have to set the whole side to dry before I can go on. So, and that's okay too. And we'll do this. See what I mean though? You just keep going and going. You're like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. You could do all these lines if you wanted. Totally up to you. But I'm going to call it stop before I mess something up. But I will come back and finish with my black dots, the big ones, and then do all the little dots everywhere else. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thumbs up, comments, I do read them, I respond. That's all I know. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll talk to you in a few more days. Bye.